As we're continuing our tour of utility libraries for Hadoop, the next one up is called Sqoop. Sqoop for Hadoop. These names are kind of crazy, aren't they? So what's Sqoop? Sqoop is a command line utility for transferring data between relational database systems and Hadoop. You can use it to import data from those systems into Hadoop or to export data from Hadoop back out into those systems. You can also load that data not only into the HDFS file system, you can load it directly into Hive or HBase tables. Sqoop contains connectors for Oracle and SQL Server and other relational databases. Let's familiarize ourselves with Sqoop syntax because it is a batch language, so you generally will write out the Sqoop commands, and they're not very verbose. They're pretty intuitive. So if you're going to do an import, for example, you just say Sqoop import, and then you set the various parameters. Now, an interesting aspect of Sqoop is that in Sqoop 2.0, which is the latest version as of this recording, the separate RDBMS connectors, there is one for Oracle and for SQL Server in Sqoop 1.0. Those have actually been dropped, and in Sqoop 2.0, you use a JDBC connector for all relational databases. It's really interesting. This is one implementation of a Hadoop library where some people are choosing to stay on the older version because they prefer to use the database-specific connectors. So you're going to want to test that for your implementation based on the type of database you're importing from and the volume of data to see which connector is most performant for you. Then you're going to specify the table name, username, password, and optionally the Hive import flag. Now, to optimize Sqoop, in addition to using either the JDBC or earlier database connectors, there is an option to do something called direct dump. And in my working with clients, sometimes the direct dump meets their needs and it works faster than the native database driver. Other possible optimizations for Sqoop is to monitor the number of parallel connections. You could also use a third-party product if the performance of Sqoop was not adequate for your situation. Now, those usually cost money as opposed to Sqoop, which is free. And then, as I mentioned earlier, Sqoop 1, as of this recording, actually has more features, particularly around drivers, than Sqoop 2. I'm sure that will change in the future. But again, this just underscores when you're using any sort of libraries for Hadoop, you really want to research as to which features are important to you and which features are mature and included in that particular version of the library.